The words, some people set and he's today to talk about how big game life with set.
I'm fabulous. Thanks for being here.
All right, we hear that word, midlife crisis. Some people think it's a bad word, some think it's good, because it's a time when I think people hit an age that they have to do what, like reinvent themselves? Is that what it is?
It can be. I think for a lot of people, there are a lot of things competing for your time, your energy, and your attention. And so sometimes at midlife, we feel life starts to feel more like something that we're riding and less like something that we're driving or steering.
Yeah, and so that happens when people kind of like hit a certain age, right?
It can, yeah. Typically, statistically, if you Google the U-shaped curve, the happiness curve, you'll see kind of a dips in the 40s, and that's when people start to struggle with the meaning. The script that was handed to them when they were younger isn't working as well as it maybe should be or could be, and so they start having to reinvent themselves, going, what do I really believe and what do I really want out of my life?
Yeah. Let's talk about your book, because your book isn't about you going and doing the research of other people. It's you researching yourself, kind of, and helping people.
The book is a culmination of both. I was doing a lot of searching 5, 10, 15 years ago. I went through kind of a prolonged period of searching and kind of confusion as life threw me some curveballs. And then in about 5 to 10 years ago, there was a 3-year period of anxiety-fueled depression where I was really starting to wonder, what the heck is life about? What does this all mean, and why are we here? I started asking little questions like that. And so this book is kind of the culmination of that effort. And so I framed it as an adventure, as a story, so that it would be more readable, more accessible to people. And so, but it takes a young man on a journey.
I like. All right, let's talk about the bracket, because that's one thing, as we know, guy to guy, we always like to have like a game kind of thing in our life. So what's the bracket to reset?
It's a clarification tool where you start to write down and articulate all of the things that are competing for your energy, your time, and attention. Not necessarily problems that need to be resolved. They could be dreams that you put on the back burner. They could be family issues that are unresolved. They could be hopes and aspirations. Everything that is on your radar, all the plates you need to keep spinning, or think you need to keep spinning, or maybe you've let go, and you have to audit yourself and put everything down in one place where you can see it all, and then start making decisions, bracket style, pitting things against each other. So the first step is just the audit. That's where we just write everything down, and that can be a clarifying process all on its own, as you actually articulate to yourself what is important to you.
So, and I'm seeing that this is a way to really to look at everything that you can say, I don't need and I do need, to make it clear for you to go forward.
Yeah, as you're starting to get through the bracket, cutting down from 16 and then to 8 and then to 4, you pit things against each other and start asking yourself, and this is kind of a fun way to do it, but you start asking yourself questions like, is this going to borrow from my life, or is this going to build my life? And if you're a couple, you can start asking, is this going to borrow from our life, or is this going to build our life? And talking about the future that you want to live into.
Yeah. What was the thing that actually you saw that was very much causing you to kind of like go into that little spin that you said, okay, I got to get out of that, and what'd you do to get out of it?
Well, put me on the spot here. I think one of the things was this book project was a thing that was on my radar from, I think my oldest notes go back to 2019, and the project had kind of gone in fits and starts for about 5 years, and then it wasn't until last fall that I decided I have to get this thing out there. Yeah. And so last October was when I started collaborating with a couple of key people in my life for accountability and for production purposes, and then started to get this thing out. And so and now to actually have a hard copy of it is kind of surreal.
I like it. There it is. Well, it is definitely a book that I'm going to take from you. I tell you, I'm going to read it, because I need that. We're all going through those situations to reset, which is so important for people to do. Where can people find the book?
People can find the book, all about it. It's available for pre-order. You can find out all about it online at invisiblewave.surf. And you can find the midlife bracket if you want to do that. You can do that right now. invisiblewave.surf/midlife.
There it is. Now, are you a surfer? Is that why you got this?
I'm not a surfer. I've taken one surf lesson in my life, but it was formative. And actually, I don't express it directly in here, but that experience of that lesson is actually in part of the story in the book.
I like it. There it is. All right. Information is also on our website, cw7az.com. So go check out the book. Perfect.
Thanks, Brad.
That was good. So I am going to borrow that book. I saw the stories you were talking about it, so.